Let me make you co-host.
السلام عليكم أستاذ جابر.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. Is it time yet or not yet? Your co-host now, okay? Okay. Can you check Facebook? Are you there? Facebook, are we there? Can you see anything? Can you see the? Let's wait. Can you check Facebook? Are we there?
Yeah, it's written live. Let me check on my page.
Yeah. Hassan. In Facebook? Okay, okay. Only have to rename myself. Okay.
I don't know, my connection is somehow weak.
Whose connection? My connection. Hey, let's start
No,
now.
my connection.
Huh?
Yeah, this time.
We can start, right? Your connection is a problem, your connection? Actually, Salim is in. Okay, so Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to our math session today. Today it's Monday, so it's a math session with Mr. Abdul Sharif. With Dr. Qadir Sharif, and he'll be taking us in some maths classes. And just a reminder that Professor Ali Mazrui Library, which is located at the MEWA Training Center, is open for everybody. Everybody can come there and use the library, there are a lot of books, a lot of computers, free internet. You can use the computers, you can use the internet. There's a lot of things going on at the training center, and we have a lot of training like printing, robotics, digital. Aisha, please, your microphone is open. Anyway, let me mute. Okay, so at the MEWA Training Center, we have nursing medical school and have electrical knowledge certification and the computer training at the MEWA Vocational Training Center. So all of you are welcome to the MEWA Training Center. There's internet, there are no charges. You can use the workstations You can use the computers and you can see 3D printing and learn about it, and robotics. If somebody's interested, you tell them to come and learn robotics at the MEWA Training Center and the Professor Ali Mazrui Library at the American Corner. And I'll introduce Abdul Qadir, our METS facilitator today. Go ahead, Abdul Qadir, please.
Thank you for the introduction again, Mr. Hassan Al-Jabri. So, just like the last topic that I've taught, the last topic was about rates, ratio, and proportions. Now, this time, we're going to look deeply on rates, compound proportions, and rates of work, which is taught in Form 3. Okay, so let me, if I can share, let me share. Let me share just right now. I'll be sharing the whiteboard. So I think you're seeing the whiteboard. I hope everyone is seeing the whiteboard also. So I'll also be sharing a slide just right now. Can you see the slide, Mr. Jabri?
I can, no, not yet. I'm just in the whiteboard,
Oh, the whiteboard.
You have to share the slide. Have you shared the slide?
Yeah, I'm trying to share. I don't know why it's... All in all, as it shows up. So today we'll be learning about compound proportions. Proportions and rates of work. So now, what's the how? Now, if someone was to ask you what's a proportion, then something like this is a proportion. So something like this is a proportion. So let's do this question 1. So if someone asks you to solve for A, and you have something like this, or let's say most of the time it comes like this. So 2:3 is equivalent to is equal to A is to 5. So the question says, find A. So how do you solve this type of question? So what you do, you'll take 2:3, which is, you'll write it in fractions, which is 2/3, is equal to A over 5. Okay. So what's the first step that you do? You'll cross multiply, in which the upper region you'll multiply to the one which is lower, and the lower one will multiply to the one which is upper. So utachukua hii 2 times 5. So 2 times 5 utapata 10. Na 3 times A utapata ni the 3A. So after that, you'll simplify by dividing all sides by 3. So divide by 3, divide by 3. So your A is equivalent to 10 over 3. In terms of mixed fractions, it becomes 3, 1 over 3. So something like that. So this is mostly about proportions, compound proportions, but usually it rarely comes in KCC questions, but in case it comes, then you solve it like this. Okay, so sometimes it can come like this. It can come in different ways. For example, like you've been asked to solve for A, and it can come in terms of scalar questions, and etc. So that's all about proportions. Let's now deal mainly into rates of work, which is our main topic for today. So rates is an important topic in which everyone should know. So what is rates? Rates are usually, how do I say it? For example, a speed is a rate. The speed is a rate. For example, if someone says kilometer per hour, so this one is just an example of a rate. So what does it say? If someone tells you what is a kilometer per hour, it's just like saying it covers a distance of 1 kilometer in one hour. So that's a rate. So usually, rates are taught are mainly taught in Form 3, especially when it comes to tabs, closing and opening of tabs. So especially when you've been asked you're opening a tab A. Tab A fills a tank in 3 hours. Okay. Another tab B fills another tank in 5 hours. Right. So another tab C, instead of filling, it usually empties. So when it empties, then it's like introducing the rates. It empties a full tank in, let's say, 2 hours. Okay. I think I'm seeing Muhammad Omar wants to write something. Don't know what it is. So when you're given a question like this, how do you solve it? And the question says, how many hours will the 3 tabs take to fill the tank? So first, you express tab A. You have to know the rate in which tab A fills the tank per hour. You have to know the rate in which tab B fills the tank per hour. And you also have to know the rate in which tab C empties the tank per hour. So usually when you have a question like this, for example, you have 3 hours for tab A, you just reciprocate. Utachukua hiyo 3 over 1, right? Utareciprocate. Ile 1 utaipeleka juu, na ile 3 utaipeleka chini. So the rate in which tab A fills the tank is 1/3 per hour. Right. The same thing you'll do with tab B. Tab B fills the whole tank in 5 hours. A whole tank is represented by 1. So a whole tank is filled in 5 hours. So you have to find the rates of tab B. So you ask yourself, what about per hour? Therefore, that's 1 utamultiply na hiyo 1 hour and then divide by 5. Utapata ngapi? The rate ya tab B ni 1/5 per hour. So the rate ya tab B ni 1/5 per hour. So tab C, the rate in which it empties is still the same. So kama hapa ni 2 hours, utafanya reciprocal ya 2 hours ambayo ni 1/2 per hour. So the question is very simple. How long will 3 taps take to fill the tank? Sasa wajiuliza mwanzo, tap gani zaingiza na tap gani yatoa? Tap mbili peke yake yaingiza ambao ni A na B. So utachukua ile rate yake, utachukua 1/3, uta-add kwa 1/5, and then uta-subtract na 1/2. So 1/3 plus 1/5, 1/3 plus 1/5, and then subtract by 1/2. So ukitafuta reciprocal ya 3, 5 na 2, reciprocal ya 2, 3, 5 itakuwa ni 30. So 30 divided by 3, utapata 10. 10 times 1 ni 10. 30 divided by 5 ni 6. 6 times 1 ni 6. Na 30 divided by 2 ni 15. So uki-add hizo zote, 10 plus 6 plus 15, you'll get 31/30. Sawa. Sasa 31/30, sorry, 16 plus 15 is 31. Sorry, I didn't subtract it. It should be minus 15. So 16 minus 15 is 1/30. So 1/30 ni ile rate. It's just the rate. So 1/30 is just the rate. So how do you find the time or the duration in which both the taps fill the tank? So what you do, you take 1/30, you reciprocate again. Okay, reciprocate, your 30 wapeleka juu na your 1 wapeleka chini. The final answer should be 30 hours. Sasa wajiuliza kwa nini tutafanya ma reciprocal kwa hapo pia. Wajua 1/30 is just a fraction of the tank that is filled in an hour. So you ask yourself, what if the whole tank is filled? Then how much duration should it take? And that's why if you take 30 out of 30 times 1 times the reciprocal of 1/3, at the end of the day, your answer still becomes the same, ambao ni 30 hours. Okay. Let me see if I can share the screen right now, because there are many KCSE questions which I wanted to do today, so that the topic for rates and proportions becomes easy for you, because marks is all about practice. So the more you practice, is the more you learn, and the more you become smarter. So let me share. Let me try and share this time. Now hope it comes through. If it can't be shared this way. I don't know why. Let me share let me share the PowerPoint if it's possible.
You're sharing now, yes. It's okay, Sherry.
Yeah. Now, as you see, these are KCSE questions. So for the first question, you have a question on a farm about a farmer. So a farmer has two tractors, P and Q. Tractor P working alone can plow a piece of land in 5 hours. So, well, tractor Q will take 1/2 over 3 hours less than tractor P. So question A, determine the time the two tractors plowing together will take to complete the work. So that's for question A. Question B, one day the tractors started to plow the piece of land together. After 40 minutes, tractor P broke down, but Q continued alone and completed the work. So the question says, calculate the total time taken to plow the piece of land that day. So that's for question A. Question B. Question C, in another season, the farmer had an additional tractor R to assist P and Q, which retained the same rate of working as before. The three tractors took 1 hour, 12 minutes to plow the same piece of land. The owner of tractor R was paid some money proportional to the work done by the tractor. We'll stop if the total work was valued at 20,000 shillings. Find the amount of money paid to the owner of tractor R. Okay. Let me see if I can share the whiteboard as well. Now it's so the question says, I think it's still not sharing. So just continue like that. So I hope you've read the question. So I'll be writing the answers here. So for question 1, it's not sharing. So for question 1, question 1 is about tractors. So question 1 is about tractors. Give me a moment. So there's a tractor A. And there's a tractor B. There is a tractor B. So all are plowing a piece of land. So plowing, there's a certain tractor in a plow a certain piece of land. All of them are the tractors are tractor A and B. Tractor A and B. So tractor A and B, give me a moment, sorry. So tractor A and B, so if they're working together, they plow a farm in 2.5 hours. Okay, and wakifanya kazi pamoja, they are plowing the whole farm in 2.5 hours. So one day, the tractor started to plow the farm together. So after 1 hour and 10 minutes, tractor B broke down. I think I'm reading another question, sorry. So a farmer has two tractors, P and Q. Tractor P working alone can plow a piece of land in 5 hours. So P, there's P and Q, not A and B. So P peke yake ikifanya kazi plow the whole land in 5 hours. Q, at the other hand, it can plow the piece of land 1/2/3 hours less. So if it is 1/2/3 hours less, so how do you find out the rate, the time in which Q can work alone, hours less? So what you do, you take 5, you minus 1/2/3. So if you subtract 5 minus 1/2/3, the answer that you get will be 3/1/3 hours. Okay, now the question says, determine the time the 2 tractors plowing together will take to complete the work. So what you do, the same thing, your 5 hours utafanya reciprocal, so itakuwa ni 1/5. So the rate in which P peke yake ya plow the land is 1/5 per hour. So as for this one, Q ukiangalia 3/1/3, how do you express it in proper fraction? Ni 10/3, right? So the reciprocal for 10/3 ni ngapi? Ni 3/10, right? So 3/10 per hour. So hii ni rate ya P na hii 3/10 ni rate ya Q. So after that, wachukua hile 1/5 uta add na 3/10. Sababu hapo kuna swali umeulizwa, determine the time the 2 tractors plowing together will take to complete the work. So if you take 1/5, you add to 3/10, the answer that you'll get will be 5/10. In which 5/10, if you simplify, it will give you a half. It will give you a half. So a half ni nini? A half, yani the 2, when they work together, they will plow a half of the land in 1 hour. So a half per hour. That's how ulizo swali. So how long will they take to plow the whole land? So here a half, what are reciprocates tena? So the reciprocal of a half is 2. So the answer is 2 hours. So that's for question A. Okay. As for question B, question B is a simple question as well. Question B, umeambiwa the tractors started, but remember P tuweke kando na Q tuweke kando in case. So P tumeambiwa ni 5 hours, yatumia 5 hours to plow the land, na Q yatumia 1/2/3 hours less, which is 3/1/3. So hii hapa tumeweka kando. So question B nasema nini? Umeambiwa one day the tractors started to plow the piece of land together. So after 40 minutes, tractor P broke down. After 40 minutes, tractor P broke down. So hii after 40 minutes, baada ya dakika 40 hii ili cease to work. So but Q continued alone. So Q ikaendelea peke yake and completed the work. So calculate the total time taken to plow the piece of land that day. So the same thing, utachukua 1/5. 1/5 ni ya P, right? And then you'll add for Q. Q tunasema ni 3/10 per hour, na P tukasema ni 1/5 per hour. So utachukua ile 1/5 plus 3/10. 1/5 plus 3/10 itakupa a half. So a half ndo rate yake. So hii a half ni per hour. Kumbuka, hawa wawili walifanya kazi in 40 minutes wakiwa pamoja. So wajiuliza in 1 hour, sawa, in 1 hour wakifanya kazi pamoja waweza kucultivate a half of the land. Lakini what about 40 minutes? Lakini kumbuka 40 minutes ni dakika. So hizo 40 minutes wazibadilisha into hours. You need 40 divided by 60 ni ngapi? Ni 2/3. So wajiuliza what about 2/3? So what about 2/3 hours? So what do? So you take the 2/3 times the 1/2, and the answer that you'll get ni ngapi? Itakuwa ni 1/3. So hawa wawili in 40 minutes wali cultivate ama wali plow a third of the land, right? The remainder sasa, the remainder ni 1 minus a third. Hiyo ndo iliyobakia. So 1 minus a third ndo hiyo remainder. 1 minus a third ni ngapi? Ni 2/3. Sasa hii 2/3 ilichukuliwa na Q peke yake. Sasa wafa ujiulize Q atachukua dakika ngapi ama masaa mangapi kumaliza hii 2/3. The rate ya Q wajua ni 3/10 in 1 hour. Right? Yani akifanya kazi peke yake in 1 hour is ka cultivate ama ka plow 3/10 of the land. So wajiuliza what about ile 2/3? Atachukua masaa mangapi ama atachukua dakika ngapi? So utachukua hiyo 2/3 we cross multiply, so uta times na 1 and then uta times na reciprocal ya 3/10 ambayo ni 10/3. Answer utakaopata ni 20/9. Ni 20/9. Sasa 20/9 ukiandika mixed fractions, 20/9 ukiandika mixed fractions is around 2/9, yani 2/9 hours. Lakini swali hapa, hiyo swali ambayo niliwaonesha mwanzoni, umeona umeambiwa calculate the total time taken to plow the piece of land that day. Ushaona? Yani wafaa utafute ile a third na ile time ambayo anatumia kuplow ya 2/3 na a third. Ile a third alitumia masaa mangapi? How much duration did he take? He took 40 minutes. So don't forget to add that 40 minutes, in which hizo 40 minutes ukibadilisha kwa hours is just 2/3. So utachukua 2/9 plus 2/3. 2/3 tena nimesema nini? Ni hizo 40 minutes za mwanzo, in which wajua kuna P na Q walifanya kazi pamoja. So hiyo 2/3 was the first 40 minutes in which they worked together. So if you take 2/9 plus 2/3, the answer that you'll get will be 8/9 hours. Okay. So I think we've understood that question. Going on the other question, which is question C. Question C says, in another season. So, question C, what does it say? In another season, the farmer had an additional tractor. Question C, it says, in another season, the farmer had an additional tractor R. So, kuna R amewekwa kwenye question. Kumbuka, ulikuwa na Q, P na Q. P ni 5 hours. Rate ni ngapi? 1/5. Sawa, tusisahau. Q ni ngapi? Ni 3 hours. Rate ni ngapi? Ni a third. Sawa. So na kuna R sasa. R ameingia kwenye equation. So R amewekwa ku assist P and Q, which retain the same rate of working as before. So the three tractors took all the three tractors, P, Q, and R, P plus Q plus R. They took 1 hour, 12 minutes. So it took 1 hour and 12 minutes. So the question is, the owner of tractor R was paid some money proportional to the work done by the tractor. So if the total tractor was valued at 20,000 shillings, find the amount of money paid to the owner of tractor R. Sawa. Sasa P na Q washalipwa, watakujua R yani amelipwa ngapi according to the proportion of the work he did. Sawa. Ikiwa yani ni a third, ikiwa atafanya a third of the work, so then you'll take a third times 20,000. If it is a quarter, you'll take a quarter times 20,000. But first, let's find out the proportion of P na Q. Sawa. Tupate hiyo proportion ya P na Q. So P plus Q wakifanya kazi pamoja, tulipata hiyo swali la kwanza pale. Ukifanya kazi pamoja, the rate in which they'll accomplish the task. And so the rate in which P and Q will accomplish the task ni 1 over 5, because let's say umechukua 1 over 5 uka add na 1 over 3. Sorry, it's not, it should be 3 and a third, in which itakuwa ni 10 over 3. Which 1 over 5 plus 3 over 10, rate zao 3 over 10 itakupa half, right? So this is the rate in which both of them work together. So what do you do? Sasa wajiuliza, kwa hiyo a half, si walifanya nusu ya kazi. So hiyo nusu ya kazi watachukua yani masaa mangapi from this 1 hour and 12 minutes? 1 hour 12 minutes yaandikwa 12 over 60. Ukiandika vizuri 1 hour 12 minutes itakuwa 1 over 5. So P na Q, they did a half of this, they took a half of the duration. So what times na a half? So 6 over 5 times a half. 6 over 5 times a half, itakupa 6 over 10. So 6 over 10. It means itakupa 6 over 10. So they did 6 over 10 of the work. So the remainder itakuwa ni 4 over 10. So hii 4 over 10 ilikamilishwa na nani? Na R peke yake. So R did 4 over 10 of the work. So we'll get 4 over 10 of the total contribution, which is 4 over 10 times 20,000. It should be equal to 8,000. Okay. So that's the answer for question A, question B, and question C for the first question. Okay, let's just clear the page and let's share the screen. Let me share the PowerPoint again so that you can look at the second question. So if you have time, just write the question somewhere so that we can do the question together. So for the second question, as you've seen, for the first question A, B, and C, we've done it together. For the second question, you've been told the two machines, kuna machine mbili, A and B, working independently, can take 8 hours and 10 hours respectively to do a task. So a third machine C and machine A working together can do the same task in 5 hours. So the question is, determine the time it will take machine B and machine C working together, working to do the same task. So if you have time, you can just screenshot the question, or you can write the question down somewhere. Okay, let me share the whiteboard again now. Okay. So for the second question, okay, it said there are two machines, kuna A and kuna B. So machine A yachukua 8 hours. So the rate ya machine A ni ngapi? Ni 1/8. Sawa, per hour. Per hour. Machine B yachukua 10 hours. Machine B is taking 10 hours. Someone's meddling with my whiteboard. If it's possible, just so machine B, it takes 10 hours, right? So the rate ya B ni ngapi? Ni 1/10. Okay, 1/10 per hour. One over 10 per hour. So a third machine, C and machine A working together can do the same task in 5 hours. So if machine A and B, there's another machine which is machine C. So if C and A or A and C, if they're working together, they can accomplish the task in 5 hours. Okay. Determine the time it will take machine B and C working together. So umeuliza machine B na C watafanya kazi masaa mangapi? So determine the time it will take machine B and C. So ujue. Sasa A wajua ni yachukua 1/8. Let's say C yachukua X hours. Sawa? Kama C yachukua X hours, itakuwa 1/X. Sawa? So let's take A. A ni 1/8. Let's add it to 1/X. Sawa? Okay, add 1/8 plus 1/X, itakupa ngapi? 8x divided by 8 ni X. 8x divided by X ni 8. So itakuwa 8x plus 8/8x. Sawa. So hii equal to, so the reciprocal of this one ndo itakupa the hours ama the duration in which both of them work together. So 8x over x plus 8. Kwa sababu hiyo answer ya kwanza niliyopata hapa is just the rate per hour. But the duration kama utakutafuta ni ufanye reciprocal ya hii. So the duration 8x over x plus 8 is equivalent to 5 hours. So if you work out, your 8x over x plus 8 equal to 5. Cross multiply. X times 1 is 8x equal to 5 times x ni 5x. So, na 8 times 5 ni 40. So, collect the like terms. 8x minus 5x, and 8x, 5x ukipeleka the other side itakuwa negative equal to 40. So 8x minus 5x ni ngapi? Ni 3x equal to 40. So the answer, okay, divide na 3, divide na 3. So x equal to 40 over 3. 40 over 3. 40 over 3, yani 40 over x ni 40 over 3 hours. So hiyo ni 40 over 3 hours. So ushapata C. C akifanya kazi peke yake yatumia 40 over 3 hours. Ambayo ni kama 40 over 3 hours. So sahi wacha tutafute B and C, the one they are working together. B, tunajua tayari ni 10 hours. Right. Tutafute rate ya C. C rate yake itakuwa sasa 3 over 40. Rate ya B itakuwa ni 1 over 10. So let's add them together. Let's add both of the rates together. Per hour. Na hii ni per hour. So 3 over 40 plus 1 over 10. 3 over 40 plus 1 over 10 itakuwa 7 over 40. Sawa. 7 over 40 per hour. Kama utaka kutafuta duration, utafanya reciprocal ya 7 over 40. So the duration ya B na C kufanya kazi pamoja ni 40 over 7 hours. Ama in terms of ile yenyewe itakuwa 5 over 7 hours. So that's for question 2. So let's go to the other question, question 3. Question 3. Question 3 umeambiwa an empty tank of capacity 18,480 liters is to be filled with water using a cylindrical pipe diameter 0.028. The rate of flow of water from the pipe is 2 meters per second. So find the time in hours it will take to fill up the tank. So this is also a question on rates. So let's do it together as well. So I hope mmeona hiyo swali kabla sijaenda solve. It's better for you to write it down somewhere. So for the third question, an empty tank of 18,480 liters. So This is the question, the third question. So 18,480 liters, wacha tubadilishe kwa cubic meters. Sawa? So divide by, because 1 cubic meter equal to 1,000 liter. So let me divide by 1,000. So nikidivide na 1,000, itakuwa ni 18.48 cubic meter. Okay. 18.48 cubic meter. So that's the capacity of the tank. Sasa the cylinder, wataka kutafuta the rate of volume. Kumbuka, the cylinder has a diameter. Remember, the cylinder has a diameter. The cylinder has a diameter. Has a diameter of 0.028 meters. Na iko na rate of flow of water from the pipe is 2 meters per second. Sasa kama tafuta rate of volume, what you do? Very simple. Utafuta area ya hiyo cylinder na area ya hiyo surface area, cross sectional area. Na wapata vipi cross sectional area? Watumia cross sectional area times then what times na ile rate in meters per second. Ndio utapata rate ya volume. Sawa? So cross section area wajua ni circle. So ni pi r squared. Sawa? So pi r squared ni 22/7 times r squared. Kumbuka diameter yako ni ngapi? Is 0.028. So the radius itakuwa ni divide by 2 ya diameter ambao ni 0.014. Sawa? So 0.014 squared times rate ya hiyo yako ambayo ni 2 meters per second. So answer utakaopata is very simple. Ni 0.00123 cubic meters per second. Sawa? Baada usha multiply. So utapata hii sasa rate of volume. Sasa for 1 second, let's say 0.01232 cubic meters is filled in one second. So what about the 18.48? See? What about 18.48 cubic meters? So what do? You cross multiply again, times 1. This time divide by 0.0123. So 18.48 divided by 0.01232 ngapi? Ni 15,000 seconds. So 15,000 seconds ukibadilisha into hours, so itakuwa divide by 3,600. So 15,000 divided by 3,600, itakuwa how many hours? 1/6 hours. So this is the question, this is the third question, and it's already solved. Okay, well, the last question. You have the last question. The fourth question, which is a 10 marks question as well. So farmer has two tractors, A and B. The tractors working together can plow a farm in 2.5 hours. So one day the tractors started to plow the farm together. So after 1 hour, 10 minutes, tractor B broke down, but A continued alone and completed the job after a further 4 hours. So find question A, the fraction of the job done by the tractors working together for 1 hour. Question B, the fraction of the job done by tractor A and B when they broke down. And question C, the time each tractor working alone will have taken to plow the farm. Okay. So the tractors are these ones. So I think because of time, just 5 minutes remaining, it's better I do this question next week so that we can finish up this the fourth question and the fifth question. And inshallah, once we finish the last two questions, we'll be able to also venture in another topic known as mixtures. So thanks for having me. I'll give the mic to Mr. Hassan.
Thank you very much, Mr. Abdul Qadir Sharif, for your participation today and for being a facilitator for us at mewa.org, Mewa Tuition Virtual and Remedial Maths Session for Maths today. And thank you very much, and hope all the attendants today, the attendees today, will be able to sort of come in tomorrow also for. We have chemistry tomorrow at the same time, 7 p.m. And next week, also Monday, we have maths as usual. We welcome everybody to the Professor Ali Mazrui Library at the Resource Center at MEWA. There's a library which is available with a lot of computers, free internet, and you can do some 3D printing learning, and you can do robotics. We have also nursing medical school at the center. You can also take some certification in electrical wiring, whatever, and courses, computer training, and we have also a nursing medical school with design training, henna design, and beauty salon, and many more training we have for everybody who is interested. Just come at our mewa.org, come to our center at MEWA, and you'll be able to see and experience a lot of sort of opportunities for everybody, young and old. The library is well stocked with a lot of books. And there's also a workstation there. You could come and do your homework, come and do some research. You have a free computer. You can use free computers, free laptops. You can come and use them for as much hours as you wish. And you also have free internet. You can bring your own laptop if you want to use our internet, free internet. And a lot of facilities for everybody. So welcome and self-develop yourself. There's a lot of opportunities in Mombasa here. Tell your friends, tell everybody that there is a library that are known as Professor Ali Mazrui Library, and it's under the American Corner, sponsored by the American Embassy. And you'd be amazed. Thank you very much. And any questions? Any questions, please, before we go? Aisha Salim, Muhammad Omar, Dr. Maalim, any questions, please? We'll be waiting for you. If you have any questions, or even in the chat box, I see no question in the chat. They're going to ask any questions. So 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, we wait for a few minutes to see if anybody has questions. Thank you very much for attending. It was great having you on board here. And hope to see you tomorrow for chemistry. And next week for Monday, maths. And we've training throughout the week, There are others for Islamic knowledge, we have Swahili, we have biology, a lot of classes we have every day. Just keep in touch and try to check all our announcements so they can see what training we have. So since there are no questions, Mr. Abdul Qadir Sharif, thank you very much. And hope to see you tomorrow. Thank you and good day. Good night. Good night. Muhammad Omar, any questions? Yes, Muhammad Omar. I think our facilitator, Mr. Abdul Qadir Sharif, has gone, has left. Maybe tomorrow you can come with some questions if you have. Thank you very much and have a nice day. Thank you. Bye-bye. It's exactly 8 p.m. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.